Welcome back, everyone. This is Chris again with Virtual Firearms Association, and today what we have in store is probably a little bit of the latest news that I'm sure that everybody is aware of as far as the verdict for Hunter Biden, just when it comes to those 25 years that he could potentially and possibly be serving, just when it comes to lying on a federal application, when it comes to firearms, and actually if you have any kind of addiction, any kind of drug addiction or any type of drug usage when it comes to you actually being able to own that firearm. I'm gonna break it down a little bit more as far as the rules and what you need to understand before you actually apply for that firearm license, concealed carry license permit. And it also depends, most importantly, just as far as the state it is that you're actually living in. But before we get started on that, take a look at this and it'll add a little bit of context to what it is that we're talking about today as far as the verdict, as far as what's going on with them.
Changing his schedule before heading overseas and going to Delaware to see Hunter Biden just hours after his son is convicted. Good evening. I'm Nora O'Donnell. Thank you for being with us. That moment of embrace captured on camera at the National Guard Airport, now named after the president's late son, Beau, who died of cancer in 2015. This trial publicly aired some of the first family's most painful moments with just 5 months until the presidential election. The president says he will not pardon his son as Hunter faces up to 25 years in prison. And it all started with this X on a federal firearms application in 2018. Hunter Biden claimed he was not an unlawful user of or addicted to illegal drugs. The jury decided that was a lie. CBS's Weijia Jiang is in Wilmington, and she's going to start us off tonight.
Hunter Biden left court today holding hands with his wife and the First Lady, Dr. Jill Biden, just after hearing the verdict. He stood in court, stared straight ahead, showing little emotion. After deliberating for just under 3 hours over 2 days, the jury found him guilty of 3 felony counts for illegally possessing a gun while he was addicted to crack cocaine and for making false statements about using drugs when he bought the firearm in October 2018. We spoke to juror number 10, who asked not to be identified. When you first got the case, how split was the jury?
We took a vote, and the vote revealed it was 6-6. It was a split decision.
He told us after combing through all the evidence, the jury was quick to make a decision.
The biggest thing that he did was lied about not being a drug addict and not using cocaine and buying a gun.
Several women in Hunter Biden's life took the stand during the week-long trial, which exposed the depths of Hunter Biden's drug addiction, including his former lover, Hallie Biden, the widow of his brother Beau, who said she found the gun in Hunter's truck near drug residue. Surveillance video showed her throwing it away in a dumpster. But legal experts say the most damaging testimony was Hunter Biden's own words from his memoir, Beautiful Things.
All my energy revolved around smoking drugs and making arrangements to buy drugs, feeding the beast.
Special counsel David Weiss, who oversaw the investigation into Hunter Biden, said no one is above the law.
Ultimately, this case was not just about addiction. This case was about the illegal choices defendant made while in the throes of addiction.
President Biden, who, after the verdict, changed his schedule so he could rush to Hunter's side in Delaware, said in a statement, "I am the president, but I am also a dad. Jill and I love our son, and we are so proud of the man he is today." Although Hunter Biden faces up to 25 years in prison, that is unlikely for a first-time offender. The judge did not set a date for the sentencing, but said it's usually about 4 months from the verdict, putting it just weeks from the November election. President Biden has said he will not pardon his son. Nora.
I want you to keep in mind is just as far as just when it comes to firearms, any type of drugs or whatever and so forth. As you can see with this Hunter Biden case, it seems like they're probably going to try to make an example out of him. The president already said that he's not going to pardon him. He's not going to interfere and get involved in as far as the decision making or the verdict when it comes to Hunter Biden and him lying on a federal application for getting that firearm. I want you to keep in mind that drug usage, firearms, they do not go together, okay? So if you show that you have any kind of addiction or any kind of usage, just when it comes to things you do in your personal life, and you mark yes on that application for that firearm, it will get rejected. I'm letting you know that now. It's flat out going to be rejected. Now, I know in a lot of states, marijuana has been legalized for recreational use, and you can use it in the comfort of your home and pretty much handle your own business as long as you're safe in the comfort of your home. You can go ahead and smoke as much marijuana as that you want. However, if you want to get a firearm and you mark yes in that category, you will get denied that application as well. That goes for those of you who even have medical marijuana cards. If you say that you have one and you are planning on buying or purchasing a firearm, you will get denied that firearm permit. So I need you to make that decision, and you need to think, is it worth it as far as your recreational use or getting a firearm? I'll leave that decision up to y'all. That's up to you. None of my business. I just want to let you know what it is that you're getting yourself into. All right. So keep that in mind. If you want to smoke weed or smoke marijuana, no firearm permit for you. And that goes as well as the concealed carry permit as well. So, but other than that, you'll be fine with it. And most importantly, do not lie on that application. If you lie to the feds, they will definitely come knocking. And I don't think you want to actually see what will be the end result as far as that. But, however, the case with Hunter Biden, we shall see. Especially if the president chooses not to pardon him, because he said he's not going to get involved. So we'll see about it. But I do have an interesting video right after this to actually hear the speech that he made literally the day after his son was convicted. Take a look.
2 weeks will mark the second anniversary of the Bipartisan Safer Communities Act. It's the most significant gun legislation in nearly 30 years. And we passed it only because you went out and worked like hell to get it done. You may have the idea, but you got it made. You made it happen. It was designed to reduce gun violence and save lives, and I'm so proud of the tremendous progress we made since then. You know, the year before I came to the presidency, the murder rate was the highest increase on record. Last year, we saw the largest decrease of murder in history of it. And those rates are continuing to fall faster than ever. Last year, we also saw one of the lowest rates of all violent crime in nearly 50 years. Murder, rape, aggravated assault, robbery, all dropped sharply, along with burglary and property crime. This matters. So much of this progress is because, and I'm not just trying to be solicitous, it's because of you. Don't underestimate what you've done. It's amazing what you've done. You've changed people's minds, your neighbors, your friends, the folks down at the restaurant, the folks at the grocery store. Through the American Rescue Plan, I was able to invest $15 billion, the largest investment ever to reduce crime. And we build on that progress with your help. The
pot calling the kettle black. I swear, with this is a wild story. It's almost like you have a lot of nerve to go out there and talk about firearms and the protection, to get them off the streets and lower violence and all that other in your press conference and your talk. But at the same exact time, your son, who's been in the White House numerous times, been around you numerous times, is running around here illegally possessing a firearm because he lied on an application. So I don't know. I think that's wild that the speech is actually being held literally a day after his conviction actually came out. But at the same exact time, this is politics. Is he really going to serve time? I don't think so. But at the same exact time, for us regular people who don't have any kind of political power, please do not lie on those applications. Do not lie to the feds. It's a serious offense. And I would hate for anybody to actually come down on y'all. Y'all are the ones that I care about. Y'all are the ones that watch the videos. Be safe as possible. Stay out of the legal trouble. Just know what you can do and what you cannot do, especially when it comes to possessing a firearm. When you fill out that application, make sure you're as honest as possible, because if you get audited or you get checked, they will come after you. All right. Till next time, talk to you soon.